I believe there's a certain connection between me and the audience. More importantly, I want to make a wuxia movie that appeal to everybody. Even if you never watched Jin Yong, I want to see this. Oh, wow, I can understand.
Since you also act in the movie, you direct and also you co-produce, right? Can we say like this is like the most complex project that you ever done in your
I wouldn't say it's the most complex because I've been doing this type of kind of what do you call it? Take on different roles at the same time since '90s. That's what I was saying. I was telling, sharing it with everybody on stage. I formed my company 1995, and I directed 2 movies. And since then, I've been directing behind the scenes for many of the movies. I started working with Wang Jing, starting the movie called Chasing the Dragon, along with Andy Lau. I actually direct 90% of the movie. Since then, we've been continue to find projects that uh, that I chose. We did an educational movie. It's called Big Brother. We did some comedy action, Enter the Fat Dragon, then this one. So the collaboration between me and Wang Jing is that basically he take care of the finance, and I'm the creator, right? And I basically especially with this one, I pretty much did everything the way I see that I wanted the creative directions. So to answer your questions, I think in modern, not only cinematic artistic creativities, but in all kind of creativities, is the purest and the highest form of creations are the one that artists play different roles.
Right.
Let me use that one example for you. Have you guys watched Michael Jackson's documentary? Right, he's on stage, he's singing. Oh, he have a producer on the set, a director on the set, but you can see how Michael Jackson pretty much dictates and create this whole. This is I want the Michael Jackson a whole package. This is where you set the lightings. This is where you play the guitar and the trumpet and the background vocals. Then you have that Michael Jackson style. I used another Hong Kong action, not sorry, Hong Kong filmmaker like Stephen Chow. He created all from script to characters and how he directed and he acted. So there's no secret. Jackie Chan does it that way. So I think because Donnie Yen has been in the business for 40 years and everybody, I believe there's a certain connection between me and the audience. Audience, when they come to see my movies, they want to see a certain Donnie Yen style or flavor. And in order for me to keep that Donnie Yen flavor, I have to make sure everything is that same directions. Or else, if you notice, a lot of times when I'm only acting and not involved behind the scene, something is missing. It's like, that's not really, I'm not getting what I'm anticipating, right? So with this movie, this is another, even for myself, is a big challenge because, like I was saying on the stage, it's based on the original story and the character is based on a very classic, well-known wuxia novel that all Chinese understand. So for me to do another take on it, and then to do it within a 2 hours format is almost impossible because it's like putting Shakespeare in a 2 hours movie. How can you talk about the volume of that and put in 2 hours, right? So I had to tell myself, okay, what can I do to maintain what's so attractive about this character and the storylines and what some of the fans from the Jin Yong's followers, right? Take that out and trying to keep that at the same time, not to look at it as a remake. I don't want to make a remake because not only it is almost impossible. Second, there's no meaning for me to do a remake, right? Some of you, if you want to watch these, it's been done several times before. Some TV series, TVB or other people did it before. So for Donnie Yen to do another remake, there's no meaning for me. So I spent 2 months thinking about, oh, what can I do, to make something refreshing. Then I figured out, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a refreshing wuxia movie that that hopefully can make the Jin Yong's fans happy, but more importantly, I want to make a wuxia movie that appeal to everybody. Even if you never watched Jin Yong, I want to see this. Oh, wow, I can understand the story. I can understand this character. It's really cool. The action is fabulous, and yeah.
Donnie, tell us more about the choreography. It's kind of a whole new choreography they show in the films, right?
Wuxia movies obviously is based on wuxia novels, and wuxia novels is a combination of so many elements. There's martial arts, of course. It's always about a hero with power, and in the Chinese culture, a hero with power usually, obviously, he knows kung fu, he knows martial arts, right? But it's not only about a martial artist, a superhero, but also there's different type of literature in wuxia novels, Chinese culture, history, religions, everything. It's very rich. It's like I said, like reading Shakespeare. So there's the world of a wuxia novel has always already established in the Chinese culture, and many of the TV or movies has been capturing that world in the past. For me, I wanted to capture in today's the acceptance and the way as an experienced filmmaker, I wanted to use my experience to try to bring the wuxia world to once again to the audience. But for the longest time, when you look at wuxia movies, in the last 15, 20 years, since Crouching the Tiger, Hidden Dragons, winning the Oscar, opening up that culture, this type of movies to Hollywood and to the West, it appears to me that everybody, when they think of wuxia, is all about wire fu or flying around, and now to a point where it becomes a little bit silly. What I mean by that is like you have two persons just standing there and posing and hair flying and with slow motion, and that is categorized as wuxia. But that isn't about wuxia. Wuxia is about wu is about martial. Xia is about his behaviors, his attitude, and a person with integrity, with super abilities, and his integrity to do good and right with righteousness and all of that. A person. So for me, I have to bring that world and that character grounded where the audience can relate to him. Why does everybody like Ip Man so much? I'm sure it is driven by at first by the action. So he's fascinated, right? But if you really understand why people love the action in a movie like Ip Man, because everybody they are engaged with Ip Man the character. You can relate to him. You can this guy is like he have the same feeling. He gets hungry. He gets tired. He gets angry like me. I get angry. So it has to be grounded. So same with wuxia. The real good wuxia world and wuxia characters, same as any other great movies. It needs to have great characters, and in order to have great characters, that character has to be human. So that's what I want to do, bring him as human. I'm not talking about, he still can fly to the roof, but you can tell you can understand from my movies that you can relate to him as a human being, as a person to a person. he have his problems. He's loyal to the family and his loves, and you can understand that.
Donnie, so you have a lot of martial art movies. So what's the difference for this movie compared to your other films?
This
Can the
is
fans expect?
this is for me. I break it down to three main categories in my film world. One is contemporary police story, modern, right, where the action styles are based on what we live surrounding us, like maybe some MMA combats and more of a modern combat self-defense style. And a movie like Ip Man, he's a Wing Chun grandmaster, so therefore he does kung fu. In this movie, take place 1,000 years ago in Song Dynasty. They use weapons, and because of Wuxia world, they are able to do superpower abilities.
Donnie,
Johnny,
yeah, this will be the last one.
okay.
question is,
Johnny, sorry.
before this, you have just started in New Kung Fu Club Master, and now with Sakra, will there be any more Wuxia movies from your end?
I wouldn't call the last movie with Wang Jing was my full anticipation. I only cameo and I did a few days. I only showed up and because doing I did a favor for Wang Jing because of our relationship. I wouldn't call any serious involvements. This is the Wuxia movie that I really spend time to craft.
Will there be any
We
more
have-
from your end?
And a last question.
We have seen Asian have really taken Hollywood by storm recently. We have Crazy Rich Asian, and also you have been around for 40 years already, right? And recently, Michelle Yeoh did something in Hollywood. How do you see that? Is it like long due kind of thing?
Yeah, long to over.
Right.
Yeah, I think we are just as talented as everybody else. It's about the talent. It's not about your skin or your cultures, right? But why it took us so long? Obviously, there's some. To me, it's long overdue, right? I'm glad to see there are more recognitions to all the Asian artists, right? But at the same time, if you look at the margin of the opportunities, it's still compared to the Americans' opportunities, is still rather small. So it's just going to continue to take a person like Michelle, or maybe myself and many others to continue to strive and fight for it. You have to fight for it, not only getting involved, but you have to fight for it. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm in a movie, I'm involved." Right? I'm not. But you got to fight for your piece. Like meaning that you really have to be daring to play the role and play it well to show the world that you can play a role that normally your skin color will allow you to play, right? And prove them wrong. You have to continue to be that kind of a pioneer as a you gotta have that fighter mentality as well as the spirit.
Very well said. Thank you very much, Donnie.
Thank you.
We have a group photo for everyone, so we'll have Donnie
Yeah.
sit over. Maybe
今日緣分到此，必須有人一死。上！眾人如此對你真係一啲都唔恨。可恨嘅係嗰啲挑起無謂紛爭之輩。估唔到一個契丹人要用大利嘅斷劍。